Do you admire Christians who have a supernatural lifestyle? Their ministries seem to be surrounded with signs, wonders, and miracles, and they seem to demonstrate all the gifts of the Spirit. I sure admire them. I think they're like the superstars in the kingdom. You know, Elijah, I think he was a superstar. I mean, he called down fire from heaven. He turned the whole nation to God. He even controlled the weather. But in James chapter 5, it says Elijah was a man just like us. Now, I have trouble getting my head around that. How could a guy like me do all those miracles? Well, one day I was doing my devotions and I was just admiring all the lifestyle of these contemporary superstars that I was thinking about and all the miracles that seemed to surround their ministries. And God spoke to me. He said, do you realize that at one time they were normal and average? Well, I never thought of that. Because that means that when they were first starting out, they didn't have any advantages over me. They just chose to have a close relationship with God, seek after Him, and give Him permission to use them in supernatural ways. And then God showed me what was holding me back from a supernatural lifestyle. It was me. I had put a ceiling on what God could do with me and through me. And the ceiling was my low expectations of how God could work in my life. So that means that I was holding back God's plan for my life. Ouch! Now I bet you've done the same thing. I bet you've said to yourself, oh, God could never use me that way. God could never do miracles when I pray. People wouldn't get healed when I pray for them. And I bet your low expectations are holding you back the same way it's held me back. So what's the key to walk in a supernatural lifestyle like the so-called superstars? Raise your expectations. If God can use an ordinary man like Elijah, He can use you. Remember, He turned the world upside down with a handful of illiterate fishermen. Take the lid off of your expectations and your potential in the kingdom. Choose to walk closer with God and give Him permission to teach you a supernatural lifestyle. So to live a transformed life, you need to give God permission to expand your expectations of what He can do in you and through you. Now I want to hear from you. How has God used you in unexpected ways? Just leave your comments in the box below. And if this is your first visit here, you need to get my free self-assessment guide. And to do that, just subscribe to my weekly email newsletter, and you know where that subscription form is. It's always right there. And I'll talk to you again next week. But this week, raise your expectations. Give God permission to change you.